Hello, and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming Retro Walkthroughs. This is part 8 of the complete walkthrough Final Fantasy I Pixel Remastered version. We will be prepping to get the final things needed to access the dungeon that allows you to restore the final crystal, the Wind Crystal. And I'm going to get some enemies that I've missed so far, then complete the dungeons needed for the Wind Crystal. Head back to your airship, then left back to the town of Gaia, and buy any magic you couldn't afford earlier. I bought the level 8 white and black magic, but only buy 2, as the next new town will have one of the best white and black magic spells to buy. So for the white magic, the 2 you should buy is Holy, a powerful non-elemental spell that you can use to damage most enemies, and Null All, which reduces damages by spell by half. The black magic is really not that great, so buy any 2 you want. I never really use them. Head back to the town of Melmond and go to the top right area of the town and talk to a guy called Un, and he will teach you another language, and then we can go to a new town. Head to the right hand side of the world map to the location marked in the mini-map, and then head down to the town of Lufia. There will be some new enemies that you can face in this area. You might have faced a few in this continent already. The first is the Allosaurus. They are weak to physical attacks and strong against magic, and are usually alone. The first thing you should do is buy the 2 spells that the town sells. Go to the top right hand side and then continue right and buy Full Life, which allows you to resurrect a KO'd character with full health and Flare, the most powerful non-elemental spell that the Black Wizard can cast. Then head to roughly the centre of the town and speak to the Lufinian, and you will receive the wind chime, and this will allow access in the Mirage Tower. I got some more enemies to hunt before the next destination, which will be the Mirage Tower. Head back to your airship and then to Onrak, and you can face some enemies needed. You got the Desert Beretta, which is powerful if you're low level, resistant to magic but weak to physical attacks, and the other is a Sabertooth, stronger version of the Lesser Tiger, and the final one is pretty rare in the spots that they can be found. So it could take a while, but they can be found in the area near Onrak. The Remoraz is weak to fire and ice and has a high magic defense, and they hit hard and take a lot of health off. Go to the top middle of the world, and along the way look out for a few enemies you might have missed the first time around. Here I needed the Basilisk. At this point in my level, they are very weak, but they can cause petrify. Then head to the right and down in the small desert, and you can get the sandworm in the Great Desert, which is our final destination, but while we're here, no harm in getting them for the bestiary. The sandworm, a weak enemy, but has one of the most dangerous attacks in the game. It can use Earthquake and a very low chance of killing your whole party. Head back to your airship and to the right hand side of the world map to Lufia, and then go down and around the town to get some more enemies. You can face the Beretta, which does turn up at the Great Desert. They are weaker than the desert versions, and they are rare spawns. Another enemy is a zombified version of the Minotaur that comes with the usual weakness of fire and dire. Head back to your airship and just go to the left and you will see the Great Desert. Park at the bottom to land and go up and you'll see your next dungeon, the Mirage Tower. But first you want to get the very rare enemy, the Tyrannosaurus, which takes ages to spawn sometimes. And you can get most sand creatures until it spawns, fairly weak and gives up lots of XP when defeated. Make sure you're all healed up and got plenty of healing items. Enter the tower on the first floor. You don't have to go all the way around. You can use the doors, but I took the scenic route to get more random encounters. My party was level 43 when entering this dungeon. The first enemy you can face is the Black Knight. They have very high magical resistance, so physical attacks works the best. The next enemy you can face is Guardians, and they're very easy, weak enemies. The next enemy you can face is the Chimera, a fire-based creature, so don't use fire. They have the blaze attack, which damages all the party. However you get to the middle section, there's 8 treasure chests you can get. Stick your Aegis shield on the knight. To get more treasure chests, head all the way around to the bottom left side of the floor, and go through the door and up to collect 10 treasure chests. A new enemy can appear in this floor. The blue dragon is a lightning type enemy and has a very high attack power. Put all your new weapons and armor you found on your party except for the black wizard. Exit the room and head to the stairs to the next floor, which is up to the top area. On the next floor you will encounter an enemy that was a boss early on in the game. This won't count for the bestiary as you've already faced one. But don't worry, you're high level and Fire and Dire will wipe the group. Having bosses show up as normal enemies is a Final Fantasy staple. Then head down and through the door in the short floor, defeat a blue dragon and take the portal to the next dungeon, the Fine Fortress. And this will be your last location needed for the Adventurous Wayfarer trophy. Head to the left side for a room with 4 chests. The first new enemy in this dungeon you can face is the Black Flan, with very high physical defense, so use any of your Black Wizard's powerful spells that hits all of them to defeat them. Head to the bottom section for the chest containing a razor weapon, which you can use in the item menu to cast Scourge. Head up and to the right section for a room containing 5 treasures. Another new enemy is a more powerful version of the Medusa enemy and still capable of petrifying your party members, so make them a priority target and use AoE spells. Then head left and right up to take the teleporter to the next floor. Another new enemy you can face is a Spirit Naga, and it is a rare spawn and only in the Flying Fortress. They're very weak enemies and uses the poison gas move. Head to the top right area into a room to get some diamond gloves. Another new enemy you can face is stronger versions of the Black Knight, and they can cast level 8 spells like Kill and Flare, so use physical and strong magical attacks to defeat them quickly. Stick to the right hand side and go down and right to get another room to get 2 chests, one containing the final ribbon you can get in the game. So all 3 ribbons is on all characters except the Knight, as the Aegis Shield and the Protect Ring can protect you from some status effects. Head all the way left to reach the opposite room to get another 2 chests. Stick to the left hand side and go to the bottom left room to collect an optional key item. This will allow construction of the best weapons in the game. Another new enemy you can face is the Stone Golem. Like all golems, resistant to everything except physical attacks, and they can cast slow on your party to drag out the battle. Head to the opposite side into the bottom right hand side room for 2 more chests, and get some nice robes for your wizards, and I would equip them. They might be lower stats but have some good passive effects. Head to the center bottom section to take the teleporter to the next floor. Then head up to a room with 4 chests. In this level, you can face stronger versions of vampires, but as usual, fire and dire is the way to defeat them. Head down and left to go to a room that contains 4 chests and equip the blade on the ninja. Don't forget to put the ribbon on, unlike me who realised later. Another new enemy that you can face, or earlier, but it was rare, is a powerful tiger type enemy. that is able to unleash a variety of status effect attacks and can cast slow on you. Head all the way right. You can look in the observation port to see a clue on where the final dungeon in the game is going to be, and then keep going right and get 6 more chests. Put the protect cloak on the white wizard. Head all the way left again and take the teleporter that was outside the left room and be brought to the next floor, which is a wraparound maze, which you can easily go around in circles for ages. To get to the exit, head right twice and then head down twice to get to the final floor. An enemy you can start to face on this floor is the stronger version of the Guardian. It does have a powerful laser attack and is weak to lightning. You can face air elementals in this floor, weak against physical attacks. The final floor is the most dangerous floor in the game, as there is a 1 in 64 chance you can encounter the super boss in the game, which is the most powerful enemy. So I would recommend a quick save and then beeline to the top of the floor to face the boss of the dungeon. Attack with your physical attackers, use your white wizard to cast Protera in a Vizier, heal if needed, and use Holy if she's got a free gap, and then use Flare with your black wizard. You can use Temper like I did, but it will just be just as fast with just using Flare. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, where there are more complete retro walkthroughs plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases. Thanks for watching.